Hey guys, it's Sean, Junkyards and Barn Finds, and we are going through all our spare parts and all the parts we didn't build from a lot of model kits. And so far, this is all the stuff that we found. We still have a spares box, we still have decals and stuff. We're still working on more stuff, but this video is going to show us how we made these signs, how we made the gas pumps, how we made this completely scratch built shelf unit there with magazines and different products and everything on it, how we put together all this other stuff, where it came from. And if you want to see how to do that for your 1/24th, 1/25th scale models and to put a garage together, then stay tuned with this video. Thanks a lot. We'll see you shortly. All right, everybody, so we're almost done. Let's look at some of the stuff that we have built and found out of all our spares kits. So we're almost done, and we're still working on both these gas pumps. These are from the Joe's Power Plus. We still have to put the hoses and nozzles on them, but we're getting there on those. We both built the Joe's gas sign. I also had a decal for Super Service. We have a bunch of decals we're using on different things right now. This jack, we put a decal there. We have these ones that have Matco tool decals on them. We've got our box there that we put some stuff on. We found even this little box here for the model kit that's next to it there, and next to it there. We put the flames on that little model kit there. We put different decals on. Oh, I gotta re-glue that saw. The saw goes back up on there. And we just went ahead and put some decals on things. This is the Sunoco oil drum that's not ready yet. And you can see some of the decals we've put on some of the stuff here. So, oh yeah, one of my favorite things is the welder here. Let's pull this welder out. And the welder's got the gas type on the sides. I don't know if you can see those. Hopefully you can. Right there. Let's maybe do it this way. So you can see the gas on the sides. It's got the warning labels there. It's got the warning labels up next to where the gauges are, and we put the gauge package on there. So a lot of cool stuff. Alright guys, what I do constantly is after building a couple models, I usually just throw the trees and all the spare parts in a box, and then every couple months I come out here and do what I'm doing today. So yeah, I'm going to go through all these parts of kits that are parts left over from kits we built, or partial kits, like a weekend one there. We built a bunch of stuff from there. But like here, I've got two hydraulic jacks here, so I'm going to build those. We've got another hydraulic jack there. So we've got all kinds of rims and wheels and stuff that we have not used. So some of the stuff just going to get clipped off of the trees and put away. Other stuff I'm going to build. Like I'm going to build these 3 hydraulic jacks so far that I found. And that's why I keep all the directions. Like I have all directions in that box. I've got decals in another box. I've got parts in that box down there and that box over there. So we're just gonna put stuff together. Here's a it looks like part of a scale. I would say that is a trophy without the car on top. And there's probably a little car somewhere in here too. So anyway, that's what we're going to be doing. You might notice some red. That's not paint. That's trying to get a blade moved from my brand new X-Acto knife set that I just opened up because I couldn't find my other one. So I have a couple sets. So we're going to be working with a little bandage for a couple days here. All right, so far we have found a bunch of stuff in here. We have 2 gas pumps that aren't done yet, but we will have those done. We've got this sign, we've got that sign, we've got 2 islands for gas pumps, we've got a battery holder, we've got 3 different jacks, a 55-gallon drum, and a little scooter thing that you use underneath cars. We still have a whole bunch of more stuff to go through. We'll see what we can figure out. I'll lay it all up here, and this is why I go through these boxes, to build all the stuff that hasn't been built that I've left in boxes for the last month or 2 or 3. Alright guys, so I'm on day 2. I'm just, some of the stuff like these wheels or lights or whatever I'll keep on the screws, but most stuff I cut off. I still have all this stuff to do. We've built a bunch of things so far, and I'll still be building more. And we found a whole bunch of tools. So just seeing what we find in here. Like I said, this is just not, this is one of my spares boxes. That's my other spares box there. So I have a couple spares boxes, and right now I'm just cutting off all the old sprue material, throwing it out, and putting the parts in here until I separate them specifically. All right, everybody, so we're also gonna finish up the weekend wrenching kit. I used the people from this and some parts from this already in some of the garages. Look at this decal sheet that came with it. I forgot that was even in there. So we still have some stuff to build in that kit. Here's some of the stuff I found. I got 2 laptop computers. We got all kinds of battery boxes. Got some tools and everything else here. Got all kinds of things we're going to be building and finishing up today. A lot of it's from Joe's Power Station Plus, but some of this stuff is just from other kits that I never built before. So we'll build and finish up this stuff today for this video. And you know, this is just like a cleanup video after doing the tow truck, the Mobius tow truck. I just wanted to get rid of all this stuff. There's our new spares box that is just going to be, you know, I took everything off the sprues, and then this was a set of Krager SS wheels that I just painted chrome, so they're going to be there. And then probably go through all the decal sets that we have over there and instructions. We'll do that as well later. All right, everybody, so started painting some things. We're going to paint the 55-gallon drum in this yellow. We got one of the floor jacks that's going to be green. These are going to be blue right there and there. We have ramps that'll be yellow. The battery holder will be yellow. The battery will be black. What else did we do? We started painting the gas tanks. I'm going to do these with Sunoco because I have Sunoco stickers, so we may put Sunoco on those for now. Anyway, and then this was a white plastic 2-piece tire that we glued together, and I used black rubber to paint it. So black rubber coating, so hopefully that will be okay. And we're gonna just be building some more stuff today and basically putting it in a parts box once it's done. I have 2 air compressors to build at least. All right, guys, get back to doing this. So we got the welding done. Here's the welding cables, the welding tanks, they're all drying. We got a shelf done here, which came in the Weekender thing right there. And one of the things I want to show you, it came with a little model car that we have to put together. So the miniature model car. So we have a little model car that we put together, and then we can put it on, along with all these tools, we can put on the shelves. Pretty cool, huh? All right, guys, so we have some stuff to paint here. We have all these tools to paint here. We have the model car over here to paint. We have these two barricades to paint, the shelves to paint, this welding group to paint, and we also built these toolboxes. They were all from the weekend wrenching kit, and we're still going to be working on other stuff. We have to put all these cans together and paint them. We still have some tools down here to paint. We have the gas pumps to finish, and we have this 55-gallon drum oil pump to finish, and we still have a bunch of racks and all to make that were in the Joe's Power Plus service station kit. But now I think what we'll do is, in a little bit, this is due and dry, we'll paint all the pieces that came in the Weekender, the welding area, the model car, all this stuff here. We'll paint those, get them out of the way and waiting. So we just have a bunch of stuff that we got to paint this weekend. Little things I've been putting off, these little tiny builds that come with all these kits, and we use in dioramas and everything. So yeah, that's what we're doing today and tomorrow. And this is kind of things where when you have a big parts box, I mean, we've made what, 60 or 70 videos of different, I think 60 or 70 model kits, I don't even know. But we have a lot of leftover parts that we don't use. If you remember, we already built our using a ton of spares. I mean, like, we had a box bigger than this full of spares. We already built a big speed shop from the 1980s. We started building that garage. We have the 4 lifts built on it already, plus the engine hoist. And this stuff, a lot of this is going to be for that garage. I mean, I don't know yet what it's going to be, because I don't know what I'm going to use in that garage build yet. But I mean, we have all this kind of stuff, and so we're going to put this in our garage that we're building, and we're going to be using the walls and the windows and everything from here to build the outside of it. All right, moving on. I'm going to go paint this stuff, and we'll be back when it's painted. Okay, so we're back, and here's some of the stuff we painted red. We got 2 cans that are red. We've got the toolboxes, the shelf, the carrier for the welding equipment, a jack, the welding lines. We're going to paint the other one black, I think, and then a tool case with tools in it. Then for yellow, we have the 2 sawhorses / barricades. We painted the other side, so now the pumps are all chrome. One of the cans and the model car we painted blue, because that'll look good with the sticker. It does come with a decal that's a flame. We painted chrome. The tools that we needed here, we painted the hammers, because we'll paint the heads of the hammers are gray, and one of the mechanic slides that you use to go underneath the car, brown. The other one is painted yellow. And then all the drawers and a tire dipping tub and all the drawers that go into the kit there, the tool chest. All right, so we're gonna go back. Oh, we also painted the signs right there and right there. So next we have a couple air compressors we got to build in here. We do have to paint some other pieces here that we haven't painted yet. One will be green. I think one will be red for the welding tanks. And we do have decals, like all these decals. You can see a lot of these decals go on these pieces, but we're gonna wait till everything's painted, and then we'll put the decals on, and then we'll put them away in our parts boxes. All right, guys, and we'll be back. So I just used a Sharpie to put the drawers on there, like that. And the same with the edges here. You can just take one and just go like that. Alright, so we have the gas pumps painted, our 55-gallon oil drum painted. We found another kit we haven't built of a hydraulic jack. We've got some of our tool kits done there, done there. There's our model car, a jack, and a book up there. So we've got our welding set done, battery set done, we've got that mechanic set done. So where we got the, if you look in there, you'll see it looks like there's a socket set in there. I actually took pictures of socket sets when I went up to O'Reilly's and to Walmart, and then I shrunk them down in Photoshop, and then I can cut them out and make them look like they're socket sets inside little tool chests. Anyway, so we're just moving along. Alright guys, so what I'm doing here is I took some photos of the racks at one of the auto parts stores here locally. And now I'm going to cut each one of these out individually. I made this balsa wood shelf unit here. I'm also using some of these blue things here, which the blue things here are, I'm diabetic, and these are the little things off of the top of the thing I stick my finger with. So I have a ton of them, and they're like perfect for that. So we're going to pile those in here. And also I'm going to take a piece of balsa wood and frame this out on the inside to put these onto the hanging things with. So we're just going to go ahead and do that. Hey guys, so here is, so if you look here, this is a photograph that I took of all the shelves, I think at O'Reilly's or AutoZone, I don't know. It's just a picture I took. Then I printed out on cardstock, and I made it, I shrunk it down so that it is at 1/24 scale, which is basically 6 inches equals a foot, or I'm sorry, one of these equals a foot, 1/2 inch equals a foot. So this is the whole stock. So what I did is, using wooden blocks and putting cutouts on wooden blocks and stuff, I made a shelf. And it looks like there's tape, black tape and everything else. And then I put some other pieces of plastic in front. But by putting it on different layers of wood, it looks like it's a real shelf, and it looks 3D. It's not 3D, but it looks 3D. And then if you look there, I even have a newspaper covering the top. So that's a newspaper ad that just somebody sat on top there. So I'm just going to build the rest of this shelf. But, you know, we're going to put some Chilton books on there and everything else. So when I come back, I'm going to do these, and then you'll see how all this was built. And then I think I'm going to do a part 2 where I do the gas pumps and other stuff, because this is going to be pretty long as it is. You know, I mean, you guys have seen me make the Coke machines. We have jacks. We have all this stuff. And yeah, so I think we'll move on to the next thing in the next video. But I'm going to finish this shelf up real quick, and then I'll show you what it came out and looks like. Alright guys, so we're pretty much done building some of the stuff. We're gonna still be working on the gas pumps, and you'll see them in another video. But what I'm gonna do now is put on like these little flames, go on that little model car. I'm gonna put a lot of the decals on, and we'll be finished with part 1, because then I'm gonna do the gas pumps and some other stuff in part 2. But we'll figure this out. We're gonna finish them, and then I'll be back once everything has its stuff on. Well, I just noticed, guys, that in the weekender for this model car, there's also a little tiny model car box from AMT on the decal sheet. So what you have to do, you don't have to, but I am, is I cut a little square piece of balsa wood, which is the same size as this box is going to be, and then we'll just put the decals on this piece of balsa wood. So you could probably use sheet styrene or anything else that's a little square, but it doesn't come with a little square box for these to be put on. So just letting you know, if you want to use the box decal right there, then just have them to make a little box. All right, we'll be back shortly. All right, everybody, so we're almost done, but I'm going to end the video here right now. Let's look at some of the stuff that we have built and found out of all our spares kits. So we're almost done, and we're still working on both these gas pumps. These are from the Joe's Power Plus. We still have to put the hoses and nozzles on them, but we're getting there on those. We both built the Joe's Gas sign. I also had a decal for Super Service. We have a bunch of decals we're using on different things right now. This jack, we put a decal there. We have these ones that have Matco tool decals on them. We've got our box there that we put some stuff on. We found even this little box here for the model kit that's next to it there, and next to it there we put the flames on that little model kit there. We put different decals on. Oh, I gotta re-glue that saw. The saw goes back up on there. And we just went ahead and put some decals on things. This is the Sunoco oil drum that's not ready yet, and you can see some of the decals we've put on some of the stuff here. So anyway, thanks for watching the build. Oh yeah, one of my favorite things is the welder here. Let's pull this welder out. And the welder's got the gas type on the sides. I don't know if you can see those. Hopefully you can. Right there. Let's maybe do it this way. So you can see the gas on the sides. It's got the warning labels there. It's got the warning labels up next to where the gauges are, and we put the gauge package on there. So a lot of cool stuff. And so we're going to end this video right here. We're going to still build. When I have everything done, we'll probably put up a short video about it. If you want to see how we did this in just shorts, we put a whole bunch of shorts on. We're still going to be doing all these cans and stuff. That's why we have all these decals out and the Sunoco decals. But for the moment, I just wanted to show you everything we did. We completely scratch built most of this. I do have another bench that I may be working on here. It's blue right there. I'm going to paint this one red, and we'll probably put all the STP products and stuff on there. But anyway, you can do this yourself, this kind of thing. They're easy kits, and I appreciate you watching, and stay tuned for the new garage diorama that we make. All right guys, thanks a lot. Have a great weekend. Bye bye. And so we're going to end this video right here. We're going to still build. When I have everything done, we'll probably put up a short video about it. If you want to see how we did this in just shorts, we put a whole bunch of shorts on. We're still going to be doing all these cans and stuff. That's why we have all these decals out and the Sunoco decals. But for the moment, I just wanted to show you everything we did. We completely scratch built most of this. I do have another bench that I may be working on here. It's blue right there. I'm going to paint this one red, and we'll probably put all the STP products and stuff on there. But anyway, you can do this yourself, this kind of thing. They're easy kits, and I appreciate you watching, and stay tuned for the new garage diorama that we make. All right, guys, thanks a lot. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.